Society wants you to pick a side. They want you neatly labeled, easy to understand, easy to predict, good or bad, light or dark, spiritual or material, calm or aggressive. But the people who actually shift timelines, the people who actually change reality, are the ones who live in paradoxes, the ones that you can't fit into a box, the ones that you can't control, the ones that don't pick a side. These are the people who stay neutral. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not confusion. This is mastery. You see, most people are designed to think in the extreme. If you're spiritual, then you're supposed to reject the physical world. If you are a disciplined person, then you're supposed to be all tight and rigid. If you are a kind person, then you're supposed to be a pushover, or you're supposed to be passive. If you're too powerful, then you're supposed to be cold. This kind of thinking makes people very predictable. Because when you live on only one side of the spectrum, on one side of the coin, you become predictable. You become easily controllable. But mastery begins the moment you realize that the truth doesn't lie in extremes, but it lies in the balance. A paradox is not confusion. The ability to hold two truths at the same time without needing to collapse into one. Ladies and gentlemen, you can be calm, grounded, but also dangerous. You can be deeply compassionate and loving, but still hold firm boundaries. You can be spiritual, but also be very grounded in this physical dimension. You can be infinite when it comes to your awareness, but still be disciplined in your everyday actions. Most people are always swaying back and forth in between identities, but the people who have mastered themselves, the people who focus on self-mastery, like Spiritual Master, the channel is called Keeping It 100 Spiritual Master. Not because I'm perfect, because every single day I attempt to master thyself. And the way I do this is by staying neutral. The way I do this is I try to integrate all things. I try to be both grounded, but also be spiritual. I also walk in the light, but I understand the darkness. The most powerful beings that's ever existed on the earth, they don't announce their power. They don't posture, ladies and gentlemen. They don't need nobody's validation. They can sit still in chaos, but at the same time understand the chaos. They don't fight against the current. They can remain still in the pressure, in pressure situations when their back is against the wall. They can sit still in the pressure because they're not scared of the pressure. They're not scared of the anxiety. They don't fight the anxiety. They become the anxiety. There's two different things. This is the difference between the great masters and everybody else that lives in life. These masters are calm, not because they're weak, but because they are capable. A person who is only peaceful because they've never faced conflict, that's not peace. They are not peaceful, ladies and gentlemen. They are untested. It's very easy to be calm and peaceful when nothing is pushing against you, when everything is going your way. But all the great masters, and this is what the religion tried to paint a picture of, is that all these great beings had to face adversity. If you've never faced adversity, you're not on the path of self-mastery. Now, I know some people may say, oh, that's not my fault. Like, shoot, what can I do? I mean, I had two parents who raised me, right? Everything went well. I have a supportive spouse. What can I do? You can do a lot. You can fasting, right? I'm not telling you how to live your life, but fasting, right? Abstaining from certain things, abstaining from social media, having a workout routine, eating healthy foods, staying away from fast food. This is how you train your body to go under good, healthy stress. Because now your brain is operating at optimal levels. True peace and true power is knowing that you can snap or go off at any time, but choosing to restrain yourself, choosing to not react. This is true power, my friend. It's not avoiding problems. It's knowing that you are capable, but choosing not to do it because you have options. This is where a lot of people have it wrong. They think humility means shrinking. They think confidence means having an inflated ego. But mastery is knowing that you can be humble, but still be firm in your power. You can be humble, but fully aware of your strength. You can listen deeply without doubting yourself. You can learn from others without giving away or giving up your authority. Arrogance is insecurity designed as confidence. True confidence doesn't need to always dominate. It simply just is. Here's another paradox that most people struggle with. You see, you can be madly, deeply in love with someone, but still be able to let them go completely. You can have a deep care for someone, right, without being attached. You can wish someone well without being in their presence. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not coldness. This is emotional maturity. This is what attachment says. Attachment says, I need you in my life for me to be okay. I need your presence for me to be okay. True love says something completely different. True love says, I respect your path, even if it's not with me. I wish you well and I love you. That's true love, people. This is mastery of the heart. Here's the one that a lot of the older generation, or a lot of people who are kind of like stuck in their ways, will struggle with this one. Walking in the light does not mean you avoid the darkness. Walking in the light does not mean you pretend that darkness does not exist. Walking in the light means you understand the darkness, but you allow it, or you choose to not let it consume you. The most grounded people that has ever lived in the world, they don't deny the darkness. They study it. Okay? Some of the greatest philosophers that's ever lived on the planet, okay? They study chaos. Right? When there's chaos and everybody is running frantically, they sit there and they study it. They write it down. They observe people's behavior, not because they're crazy, but because they are mastering life. They are mastering the nature of this reality that we live in. They know how fear works. They know how manipulation works. This is why a lot of times they have mastered the art of not reacting. They know how shadow works, because life is just a dance between the light and the dark, infinite consciousness and the shadow self. This is what life is. It's one beautiful dance between yin and yang. At the end of the day, it's all one aspect of the infinite consciousness. Light without awareness is being naive. Darkness without awareness is destructive. Balance is key. Balance is power. This is what true mastery looks like. You are not reactive. You are not pulled into every narrative. You are not emotionally hijacked by every situation. You observe, you choose, you respond intentionally. When you stop needing to prove which side you are on, this is neutrality. So, ladies and gentlemen, if this message touched you, if it reached your core, hit the like and subscribe button for more content. I'm gonna catch y'all the next video. But before you go, check out these videos right here. I have so many more videos in the archive. It's been a pleasure bringing to you these messages. I love every single one of you, but self-mastery starts with how you see situations, okay? If you guys want some one-on-one consultations, I am now open to them. The link is in the description below. For if you want more grounding sessions, more clarity sessions, I offer one-on-one. So the link is in the description below. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. I love y'all.